Hello, I'm Dalton Tanonaka in Jakarta. The police department in any city is an important part of daily life. And in this country of 250 million people, the image and performance of the men and women in uniform is mixed. Even they will tell you that. But new leadership is trying to change that. The man who speaks for the 430,000 men and women in uniform is Inspector General Boy RAFLI AMAR. We talked with him at police headquarters. This program is to educate, tell people about the Indonesian Police Division, our international viewers. So let us start first by, if you can explain the structure, how the police department is set up, what divisions you have briefly, how is it composed?
Yeah, basically our police system is the national police system. Yeah. It means that we have the national level, headquarter level, and then province level, and then district level, and sector level. So the chains of command of the Indonesian National Police Chief, from the top to the down, it has authorized to give instruction, direction directly to our staff at the whole the nation.
So everyone reports to the National Police Chief. He's the boss.
Yes,
right?
We have only one, decentralized system.
And what are the key positions in the department and who is responsible for what?
We have 5 main functions. The firstly, like CID led by one of the senior level officer, 3-star the officer.
And CID is criminal investigation. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
CID, and then we have division special for the education and training, and then we have also a level for the preventive police action, led by the 3-star senior also, head of the maintaining public peace and order, and then we have chief of inspection, 3-star senior level for the chief, and they are basically based in the headquarters, and they control all the police at the regional level, district level, till the sector level.
Briefly, who is the police chief now and what is his qualification?
Our police chief now is the General Tito Karnavian. He's become our chief since 4 months ago.
What month was that? That was in
It's in July.
In July
He start
2016.
In service in July as become our chief, and he got promotion before he has position in the Jakarta International Police Chief. So he's the young general, very experienced in the terrorism, very experienced in CID in the Indonesian National Police, and has a good international network during his service, because I work alongside with him also, relate with the combating terrorism, and we start the police officer together in 1988. We work in the one station, the central of the Jakarta.
So you knew him from his career all the way up?
Yeah, we know each other since a long time ago, more than 25 years ago.
Okay, let's get to the mission of the police. What would you say, sir, is the #1 challenge for police today in Indonesia? Of course, every country, every department has problems. What is your main focus?
We have some focus, I think, but especially in the international crime, we call transnational crime. Now, for the time being, as we know that like narcotic is very massive coming to our country, and also radicalization. Spread of radicalization in Indonesia is very strong, because we have a lot like our people as the mujahid in overseas. So when they're coming back to Indonesia, they try to influence young people to be the radical people. This is very serious for our focus now because we don't have, they can interfere the mindset of the young people because we have like the five principle unity we call Pancasila. We have special culture in Indonesia. We have spirit of tolerance in among of the community. So we must keep this culture in Indonesia. So this must be must be prevented by the police program, police preventive program to our community.
Yeah, it's always easier to prevent crime or terrorism than have to deal with after they strike.
Yeah,
right? So
right.
it's a priority for you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit, sir, about image.
Yeah.
You know, every country, as I said, had its problems. Indonesia does have, the police department in particular, has an image problem. How would you explain, or how would you try to satisfy the public who say that, hey, we don't have confidence in the police? How can we feel more secure with our police?
Yeah, this is one of my job. We must make public confidence. We must build the public trust. We must build the good image, the community to the police institution.
How you do that?
Basically, we try to speak honestly to our community. We try to build transparency in our service system. We must share our strategy, our policy, how to make, to implement the program community policing, and how to increase our relationship with the community. So that way, the communication is very important. So communication aspect must be created properly between police institution to our community. So that's why one of our policy now is how to manage the media. The media management is very important. So that's why all the country, all the police officer in the country must create a close relationship between police institution with the media in every region, in every province.
That's good to hear.
Yes, this is very important because our media right now very strong in democratic era, and they become our strategic partner.
Coming up next, fighting corruption, the image and reality. Corruption. What steps, what are you doing to help stop or correct the perception and the reality of corruption in your department? Because everyone, every division, every government has its problems and has its degree of corruption. What are you doing to stop it?
Our chief has policy how to prevent the corruption in our institution. This is also very important internal program right now. How to minimize corruption culture in police institution. Right now, we must increase our supervising to our officer, and then also we try to implement every officer. They must be report their property, what kind of property they belongs to them. They must report. This is will start this year.
So asset reporting,
The
reporting their
reporting
assets.
asset. So every officer must report, and then it will be one of the consider for the progress of the career our officer.
Promotion.
If they don't want to make it properly, honestly, more it will be problem for the said officer.
So the department is not reluctant or afraid to go after
Yeah.
corrupt cops.
Yeah, of
You will
course.
prosecute.
Yeah, some of them already prosecuted. Yeah, this is the strong commitment, yeah, from our chief. But at the other side, we try to also uh, speak to our central government how to increase the prosperity of the police officer. So this is must be balanced when we punish the bad police, but the other side we try to think how to increase the prosperity.
So you'd like to maybe raise the salaries if
Yes,
possible.
like salary, like allowance for the police officer. This is must be concerned years by years, and we talk to the central government.
Are they listening to you?
Yeah, but step by step, I mean. So, like the supporting for the allowance for the like operational aspect, yeah. This is we see that every years the central government try to give more budget, yeah. This very commit, and we thank you to our central government, but we believe years by years it will be better.
What are some of your recent success stories? I'm sure you've done a lot of, had good results in individual case or individual programs. What can you say, or one or two big success that the police department have had?
You mean for myself?
Or the
individually?
no the police, the national police.
The national
Yes.
police.
What can you
Yeah.
say? Well, we did this well. We did this. We solved that.
Since, as we know that since the 18 years ago, the Indonesian country start in the reform era. So the police, years by years, try to reform themselves. Yeah. I mean, since the spread with the armed forces, we have already spread right now with the army. So this is the era for us to change our culture. So now our culture more strong to be a police service. I mean to implement the community policing. So this is we try to create, we try to build the policing based on the community. So this is more different like before. So before we are joined with the armed forces, but right now we are own organization, can make policy by ourselves based on the expectation of the public.
Okay, so now you're separate from the military. What can you do better now? What is one? Give me one example of how you did something well because now you're separate from the military.
Firstly, for the planning and budgeting, so we can deal directly to our central government. And then in the international cooperation, since we separate, there are many international cooperation as made by the Indonesian National Police. Then this is very important era to increase our capability, how to be the professional police officer.
Can you give me one case, specific case that you had you had a great success, either preventing a crime or preventing something, or that you successfully completed catching someone? Well, give me a recent case that you did very well in. The police did well in either terrorism or crime or white collar.
Maybe you still remember when 2002, when the Bali bombing took place, 2002 in October. This is very good momentum for the Indonesian National Police. Why? Because at the time we got support from many countries how to investigate this case, especially like something like Australia, Japanese, from United States also, from United Kingdom, and other country, they gave contribution to us. So at the time, a lot of changings in the police system, and we have more knowledge how to investigate the case and how to manage the crime scene, how to use the scientific crime investigation, something like that.
And you've prevented some cases of terrorism recently, right? Your investigation prevented some cases of terrorist acts.
Yeah, yes.
This past year, I think you've had several arrests
Yeah.
and fights with suspected terrorists. So you were able to prevent certain terrorist acts.
Yeah.
Right.
And also the people, very, very important. So we must build network with the informal leader in our country, like the leader of the religion, leader of the community, so they can part of us how the best way to prevent the spread of radicalization.
Still ahead, what police are asking the public to do to help. So last couple of questions. How can people watching, how can the public help you do your job better? What do you ask them to do to help you be more successful?
Basically, the police must try to speak frequently to the community to raise the public participation. So we must give public address from the bottom. I mean the village level. As we know that every village in our country, they have one police officer to watch the community. So this is, we call that in Indonesian language, Babin Kamtipmas. So our Babin Kamtipmas, they try to build the community, the relationship with the community.
It's like in Japan, they have the koban, yeah?
Koban,
the police
yeah.
box in each corner.
We learn a lot with the Japan, because we have special pilot project with the JICA in like the Bekasi, and Japan a lot support how to implement Koban in among the community. So this is very effectively because they will meet community time by time,
Every day.
door-to-door system.
Well, that's what the police wants to do with the public. Well, what can you say to the public? What do you want the people to do to help you? What can you ask them to do?
Yeah, firstly, very important to build the public awareness, to build the public support. So we must say to the public that very important, the public must aware with the condition in their village, their area, with the public enemy. We have several public enemy like criminal, like radicalization, like intolerant community. So they must part of us how to combating misconduct of the community.
So maybe give you information,
Give
report to
information,
you if they
report.
know something.
Yeah, the deliver of information could by based on the technology information, like because we open the social media to the public, we open communication like the Facebook, like the Twitter, and then the other application in the technology information, and the public can support information based on the technology information system.
Well, speaking of technology, sir, what are the future trends for the police? What do you see going forward that can help make your department even better?
Modernization is right now still in progress. Some police station has make like communication based on the application system, and in a future the headquarter will provide some budget to implement infrastructure of the technology information. So right now, based on the creative breakthrough by every leader in district level, our chief led them to make technology system for how to increase the communication system between the police and communication. So if something happen at the real time, the police station can understand what happened in the community.
Like computers in the cars or on the bikes?
And GPS system and set up of the control monitoring system. So when the public share based on the Android with their mobile phone, at the same time, our station in police station level, in district level, they will know what currently happened.
Inspector General RAFLI said if there's one message he could emphasize, it's that communication between his department and the community must grow for successful policing. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Dalton Tanonaka in Jakarta.